Hello, hello, hello. Good evening and welcome to Social Distancing Live. Oh, don't know what happened there. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening once more and welcome to Social Distancing Live. It's New Music Friday, so we have 6 songs for you this evening. 6 fantastic songs for you this evening, some of which I think you may have heard if you've been tuning in this week. You may have heard a couple of them, but you'll definitely not have heard the next 4 after that. So it's a mix of stuff. We've got Luke Wareham on tonight. He's a worship leader based in Bristol, and he's released a single today that we're going to hear today called Glimpse. Fantastic worship leader, fantastic singer-songwriter as well. And we've also got Kat Mills. She's got Hope from Heaven Christmas EP out this evening, so we've got some specially made videos which we're going to be playing tonight as well. But as is the tradition here on Social Distancing Live, we like to be social and we like to say hello and where we're watching from, because we might be physically distant, but we can be social, can't we, wherever we are. So let's see who's on tonight. So evening to Kat Mills. Kat Mills is in the comments, so please say hello to Kat. And Janice Jones, my mother-in-law based in Hereford with my father-in-law John. Hope you had a good day. Rob, enjoyed the golf. I did enjoy the golf. It was brilliant. So those of you who tune in regularly will know I can't play football anymore because my knees are gone and I'm old. So I've taken up golf in recent years. I'm not that good, but I just enjoy getting out, and there's some stunning scenery around here. And I went out with 2 friends from church, and I won. And I had 5 pars. For some of you thinking, what does that mean? But yeah, no, it was a really, really good. It was just enjoyable. It was tough. The terrain was hard going, and it was a real grueling bit of exercise, but it was just lovely to get on the fresh air and drink in the scenery and not be stuck in the house, so it was really, really good. Thank you very much for asking. Hello to John Hardwick. Hope you're well, John. God bless you. And Lisa Fawkes. Hi, Lisa. Hope you, Nick, and the family are well. God bless you all. Lisa Stride Pervs. God bless you. She says, I'm tuned in from Oxfordshire. Oh, very welcome, Lisa. Welcome to Social Distancing Live, and it's good to have you on this evening. And hello to Anne Phillips. Hi, Rob and Anna and guests. Thank you, Anne, indeed, for that. And hello to Gavin from the Rhondda. Hope you're well. The Rhondda Valley is a valley in Wales, and it's a big, massive valley, and it's very famous for those of you who don't know. So hi to Gavin from the Rhondda. And Anna says, hello all. Anna, I've forgot my cup of tea again, sorry, and I've got a really bad scratchy throat. If it's possible to pop one into me, I'll get you a glass of wine later on. Thank you very much. That's my wife Anna, by the way, who is awesome and let me play golf today. Thank you very much. And Katie Hunt is on. Hey Katie, Luke's fiance listening. Hi Katie, welcome to Social Distancing Live. And good to hear from you. Yeah. Gavin says, proper golf or the driving range? It was proper golf, Gav. I did a full 18 holes, and I scored under 100 as well, which is always, I struggle to do that in summer, so I was really chuffed. I'll stop boring you about golf now because I'm very interested in it, but I know that some people think it's a good walk spoilt. But Al and Kathy Nicholson, I know. Evening, Rob. Looks like you had a good round of golf. I did indeed. So Al and Kathy are in New Zealand, and I'm well jealous of your shots of the wonderful courses you play in New Zealand. It looks absolutely fantastic over there. But yeah, welcome to you both from New Zealand, from the other side of the world. That's incredible. And hope you're well. So I said we're going to have lots of new music. That's coming up shortly, but just want to point out tomorrow we've got a programme. If you could please spread the word on this one as well. I know you do with all these other ones. We've got a very special programme tomorrow. It's a one-off because we don't normally do Saturdays. We might very well have another Saturday programme next week though as well. But tomorrow evening we have the wonderful Philippa Hannah. I didn't realise this, but it was actually her brother who was in one of my favourite bands of all time, Jemimah. He was one of the founding members of Jemimah. Philippa has supported Lionel Richie, Little Mix. There are others as well. I did a little bit of research today, of course. So looking forward to having Philippa on tomorrow. That's at 8 p.m. at Gateway Church Abergavenny Facebook page and at Rob Westall Music, Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. So please tell people who you might know might like Philippa or might be interested in hearing her stuff to tune into that. It should be a good one. But you don't have to wait till then to have a good one, because we have a fantastic show this evening, and we are now going to hear a song from Kat Mills's Hope from Heaven. Oh gosh, it's so difficult to do your H's as a Welsh person sometimes. Hope from Heaven. There we are, I said it. Hope from Heaven. EP. I've got it in my head now that I can't do it. This, sorry guys, this is why I need a cup of tea, you see. So this one is called The Meaning of Christmas, and we've heard fantastic songs to get us in the Christmas mood. It's available, of course. It would make a really good Christmas present for people if you want to share your faith with them as well. Yeah, Gavin says, Philippana, she's the cousin of the McNamara brothers from Embrace as well. Yes, they're one of my favourite bands from back in the day as well. So sorry, that's an aside. So we're now going to hear we've done Kat has done the special videos, so we all know Kat likes to make her music as accessible to everybody as possible. Her heart, like mine and like Luke, who's going to come on, is to lead people in worship and help them to express themselves in worship. So there's been some special Makaton videos. I'll let Kat explain to you in more of an expert sort of way what Makaton is, but Makaton is a form of signing, and there's also going to be some British Sign Language versions of these videos as well. So this is a special video of The Meaning of Christmas, which I think we heard on last night's programme featuring Louise Campbell, if my memory serves me correct. But this is the special Makaton version, and then we're going to say hello to the wonderful Kat, who's going to hop on as well, and we've got another special video that's been specially made. So this is The Meaning of Christmas, and may I be the first to say Happy Christmas and welcome to Social Distancing Live.
At Christmas time we get together and celebrate. Gifts are given, parties are thrown, but do we remember? Do we really remember the meaning of Christmas? Do we really know what it's all about? Can you hear the angels sing hallelujah to the King? 2,000 years ago, the greatest gift was given, the gift of love in Jesus Christ. Oh, the perfect sacrifice for us. And we sing hallelujah, hallelujah. Sing praises to our God in heaven above. So as we gather once again in this festive way, may our hearts be truly changed by your gift of grace. Let our lives reflect the meaning of Christmas. Let our lives proclaim your heavenly hope. Can you hear the angels sing hallelujah to the King? 2,000
Wonderful, wonderful. The Meaning of Christmas by Kat Mills, who I think, by the wonders of modern technology, can join us now. Kat Mills, hello.
Da, da. Hello. Evening.
How are you?
I'm here. I have a smile on my face. I'm alright.
Brilliant. So you've got a very important thing happening tomorrow, don't you? Which, if people are praying people, you'd value their prayers.
Yeah, yeah. For those who've been regular, you know what's going on. But in short, they think I got rheumatoid arthritis. You can see my hand. You can just see my fingers are clawing a bit, which isn't great, especially as I play the piano and all of that.
Yeah, bless you.
So I see the specialist at 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. But I'm really praying because this is really freaking me out, the whole hand thing. So yeah, really praying at this point. I just want a diagnosis. I want to get on the medication, so that this can sort of be paused, as it were. Always up for a miracle happening, but I've had prayer for so long, and I also believe keeps God gives doctors wisdom as well, and God provides medicine. So, however it is, the thing is, I can't have this go on, otherwise I'm going to end up with a bit of a crippled hand. So, yeah,
Oh,
just
bless you.
real prayers for that. It's a bit scary that because I use my hands. It's really
Yeah.
hard at the moment because I'm trying to write an album to be able to process what's going on and the songs, but it's really, really hard to compose when I can't really play. And I
Yeah,
keep getting
totally.
like a message from Ali going, "You're not playing the piano, are you?" That's my husband. He's looking out for me. So prayers for that. I'm pretty anxious because almost the one good thing is hopefully I'll walk in with that and they'll be able to see something's going on. But
Sure. Well, Janice Jones says, "Keep smiling, Kat." And John Hardwick says, "Hi, Kat, praying for you for tomorrow." So what time is it
Thank
again
you.
for people who are tuning in who might want to pray for you? What time is it?
8 a.m.
8 a.m. So we're praying that everything gets sorted out. So more than anything else, you can get some really big, massive pain relief. Big, massive pain
Yeah.
relief? Is that a thing? You know what I mean? Total pain relief.
It's the heavy hitters, basically. I think it's they would put me on steroids to manage the condition, and then there's the good thing with this condition is it's a rubbish condition, an autoimmune disease, so the body attacks itself. But the good thing is there is really good medication for it if you get diagnosed. So my dad has it. That's why kind of like, I have all the symptoms and the family history. So yeah, just praying that they catch it sooner before any more damage is done.
Totally.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Totally. And Alan Cathy Nicholson in New Zealand says, good luck, Kat, for tomorrow.
Thank you, guys. I have just been talking to my cousin who's just moved to New Zealand with her husband. But don't ask me which part, because I can't think.
That was going to be my next question, funnily enough.
I'll put that in the thing later. I should know, but I just can't.
There you go. Wow. Well, it's one of my ambitions to go to New Zealand for a rugby Lions tour with my dad. I'd love to go and watch the British and Irish Lions in New Zealand. Well, actually, perhaps Australia or South Africa, because they might have a better chance of winning. But but Kat, this week you've released "Hope from Heaven," which I've just managed to say properly, which is there.
I was cracking up when you were saying
It's a Welsh thing, I think, or perhaps it's just me. I just can't sound my H's very well, and I say them where I shouldn't, and where I should, where I should and where I shouldn't. So this was released on Monday. Where can people get hold of it?
Yes, so you can get this, which is a lovely little stocking filler, only £4.50. That includes the delivery. So you can go on my website, which is catmills.co.uk/shop. If you like to get a download, you can go on my shop, get a download. You can go on Spotify, anything like that. But something that we've been talking about the last few days, and I want to share again today, is if you have a church, hopefully, lots of you might go to a church or be involved in a ministry, then please do be in touch, because as I've been sharing this week, obviously with all of my health stuff, And for those of you who don't know, I also had a skin cancer scare in the summer and I had surgery. Like, everyone's just like, what's going on now? Um, yeah, so it's been all going on. But yeah, to be honest, like without my faith, I don't think I would have got through. It's been really,
Hmm.
really hands. Um, so yeah,
So we all
sorry, I
need
was
hope.
looking at the comments.
We all need hope
Yeah,
from heaven, don't we?
we need hope from heaven. And the thing is, without that hope, I wouldn't be here. And I think there are so many people who also because my referral got rejected by the NHS. Like, look at me, and that got rejected, because that's how hard pressed they are.
Yeah.
Um, and amazingly, God's provided so we can go private, but there are those who probably can't afford it. All this, So basically, what we've done is we put together a lovely postcard that has the details of this. It has a completely free download. You basically go to my shop, you have a special code, and you can get the download for free. And what we're doing is partnering with churches and organizations, saying basically, send us the name of your church and your website, and we will send you a leaflet, download, which Rob, your church did. And you downloaded 1,000. My church is doing 2,000. I know you put them in the gift parcels that you're doing for the community, and
Yeah,
we
that's Operation Gateway Christmas Relief. Which, if you're watching on at Gateway Church Abergavenny, there are some posts about that project, and there'll be more information coming out in the run up to it as well of how you can get involved with that project. Sorry, Kat, go on.
That's yeah. So, and our church is basically going to be posting them through as many doors as possible. And it basically says, wishing you a Merry Christmas from the name of your church and the website. And then it's like, here's a free download. We're on the back of it saying, we've got these Christmas services online. Please do join us. So it's a great outreach. And it's not often, as we've said, this is like the worst business sense of the world. But do you know what? When you're in ministry, when Jesus asks you to do something,
Hmm.
you do it no matter how costly. And as I've
Amen.
said, you don't do it unless he says it. Sometimes we've had all these discussions. It's so hard, as an artist, and there's nothing wrong with selling your music and honoring, using that. But in this particular one, God just said, I want you to give that out, so that is what we're doing. So please do share it as far and wide. It's a free gift of hope, and maybe, just maybe, someone at that moment will need to hear it and will be pointed to Jesus.
Yeah,
So yeah, please
totally.
do.
It's such I've struggled at various points in my life sharing my faith and how to share my faith. So perhaps if you're not confident, but you do want to sort of share a sort of glimmer of hope, this is one way in which you can do it. There are lots of different ways in which you can do it, but this is one way in which you can do it. And if your church or ministry, as Kat said, wants to get involved, they can have a postcard with a download code, and it's all. You can put it in the hamper or whatever you're doing as a church or an organisation as a free gift to them. Some free music, 4 free quality tracks, and we've heard how awesome the tracks are this week, of course. So we're now going to hear another track from that album, and again, this is a Makaton version. Before we listen to the track and get into the minutiae of the track, Kat, tell us a little bit about Makaton and signing and actually, what is Makaton first and foremost?
Yeah, so Makaton is a type of sign language. Now, the difference between British Sign Language, that is for people who are deaf, that is fully a language in itself. Makaton, basically, you would use speech and then the Makaton to help support that, so it goes together with that. So it is different. Makaton is often used for people who've got, oh, hi, Dom. Sorry. Hi, baby. Go to sleep. Sorry, my little boy. Hi. Anyway, so Makaton, yeah, is used often with children with special needs, and things like that, or adults, and it's just a great way of being able to express. And it's been so lovely because people started going, "We absolutely love your songs, but can we have them in Makaton, please?" And I was like, "Challenge accepted." As you know, I'm autistic. My son is as well. He'll be getting very excited. I'm saying, oh, we are. That's all good.
Hi, Dom, by the way. Hi, Dom.
Hi, say hi, and yeah, so I'm very passionate about making church accessible. So basically, if someone gets in touch and asks something, then as long as I'm able to, So yeah, we've got it down in Makaton, and then some friends in the deaf community said we want your songs in BSL. So I was like, great.
Brilliant.
So yeah, that's a bit. And what's lovely, especially at this moment with everything going on, is people are really enjoying signing
Yeah,
my churches.
there are some
So
churches I've heard of that are using Makaton, because obviously even churches that can meet together, there's only one or two people can sing, within as it stands at
yeah,
the moment. So a lot of churches, I've heard of some churches where people in the congregation have learnt Makaton and perhaps have got a Makaton signer at the
yeah.
front. So it's
It's a
is it quite
it's a
easy
great
to
way
do
to
then?
embrace.
Is it quite easy to? Obviously not for
Well,
yourself at the moment, obviously,
no,
but
no. But I think that as you saw earlier, like there's something like the angels, like something like that. And yeah, so I think, um, yeah, I think it's pretty simple to pick up if you can, if you're good with your hands. Good question, Gavin.
how does Cat fit everything in? Says Gav. I'll read the questions out just so everyone on YouTube and Twitter can see as well. But yeah, Gavin's watching on Facebook, I believe.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Do you know what? I was having a conversation with my minister and his lovely wife, Gavin and Mel, and they were like, it's lockdown, and you've written a book, and you've recorded an album, and you've done a Christmas EP, and you've had your son, and you've had surgery, like all this stuff, and they're like, what?
Yeah.
But I think that's one of the things, being autistic and having ADHD, music and writing is my sort of superpower, if you want to call it. It's something I can function at a very high level. And for me, I really struggle being in social groups and situations. It's very draining, it's very exhausting. So basically, for lockdown, I have not been having that sort of drain. I love people, but I just get very exhausted and very overwhelmed and sensory overload. So I think for me, I've had a lot of months where I haven't had that drain. So I've had all that extra energy to be able to put into my writing and my music and singing. So I think that's why it comes out like that. I find everyday life really challenging, but I can excel quite highly with writing. So I've got several books and they go on there and several albums. But yeah.
Oh, God bless you, Kat. And as you said before, the way you look at. I just wondered if you could just answer this question really. We were talking a while ago about your autism and how you view it, and how when you were diagnosed with it sort of set you free in many regards. Obviously, that's challenging for some people, isn't it? Who might be faced with lockdown, staring in the mirror and realising things that perhaps they wouldn't realise if life was still going on at 100 miles an hour. So you said to me that you call it a design. Is that correct? You think that you're made like that? You can you can put it in better words than me. But I thought the way that you put it to me on the phone once when we spoke about it was quite. It might be quite useful for anybody who might be watching.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the big problem, like, it's always a challenge, especially with Christians, like when labels and stuff like that. I've had so many well-meaning people offer to pray the autism out of me and stuff like that, and I politely, decline, and I say thank you for being thoughtful, but actually, it's quite offensive. But I think part of the reason is because the world calls it autistic spectrum disorder, and you'll find a lot of people who have the condition or have children who have it who are very against that, because I'm not a disorder, my son is not a disorder. We think and see the world differently, and that is okay. Who says we have to all do something one way? So for me, I like to call it autistic spectrum design. I'm designed differently, and that's okay. I see the world a bit differently, and I'm quite excited because we're talking about like merchandise and stuff like that, and I'm looking into the idea of having some not made wrong hoodies, because I've had so many people connect with the song. So
if I could just interject quickly, so for those of you who don't know, Kat's got a fantastic song called "Not Made Wrong," which is all about this when you were diagnosed with autism, and your thinking behind it. And if people want to get a hold of that, you can go on Kat's Spotify, on her website. I think that's the name of the album as well, isn't it? Not Made Wrong.
No, it's actually Work in Progress.
Work in Progress. Sorry, yes, sorry.
And it's okay. People often say that because that's like the big song, and that I always joke that was my coming out as autistic song. Because you don't get many songs where people actually just say, "Do you know what? I'm autistic," but it's all right. And for me, it's been so incredible with how many people it's reached, and like I think UCB one have it on their playlist, and originally they put it on the evening playlist, and then it was only through other people I kept getting messages going, "Oh, your song's playing," and it was like in the morning, and then the afternoon. I was like, "Okay, what's going on?" And apparently they just got so many phone calls every time they played it on, with people going, "Wow, I just." This song's helped me go. I'm not a mistake, and I can delight in who I am, because, who are we to look at someone and go, because you are different from me, you're wrong? I mean, how can we say that? As a Christian, I believe everyone has been made beautifully in the image of God, and it's learning to see things differently, especially when we don't understand. We don't have to understand everything. And I think the problem is that a lot of Christians would look at autistic people and see the challenging part, and not want that for them, and that's okay. You can pray that they'll get the right support, but for a lot of people, that's through the understanding, and like for me, through the medication with the ADHD and the support, I'm able to live a healthy life. I don't need you to pray it out of me. I wouldn't be able to write or sing in the way that I could if I wasn't the way I was.
So from the moment of your diagnosis to now, you've been on a bit of a journey where you can see it as a positive. Is that correct? It wasn't always like that.
So that last bit, sorry.
So where from the point that you were diagnosed to where you are now, you've been on a bit of a journey, haven't you, as well? It's not all been, bang, everything's okay kind of thing.
Oh yeah, no, totally. And that's like, I write in my book, and I've also written a much bigger book that at some point, my husband will be shaking with fear at this, we'll be finishing editing and getting out, called The Gift, Sing Through a Different Lens. And that's a really kind of, because the other book was very much aimed for a secular friendly audience, whereas this is a proper like church book. But yeah, I think, the reality is, when I first got diagnosed, I had to grieve. I had to grieve for all the years I was misunderstood, all the years that people treated me badly or abused my vulnerability, and all of that hurt. I really had to grieve it, and I had to grieve with my son that, okay, things are going to be a bit different. I like so delight in who he is and how awesome he is, but I had to go, okay, it's gonna, we can't do life quite like you might imagine. So it's grieving the dreams that you had, so that you can then embrace and delight in different dreams.
Wow, that's so encouraging, Kat. Thank you for saying that. Actually, I know some people watching might take something from that. And of course, Gavin says he won the Work in Progress album. I think it was on a Social Distancing Live competition, the only one we've ever done, I think, and can verify it's great and worth checking out. And guys, if you are interested in getting the Work in Progress album and some of Kat's books as well, even if you'd like to contact Kat about perhaps this is something that has sort of come to your attention during lockdown, I know it's quite a big issue, really, then please, I know that Kat would love to speak to you and support you in that. She's very passionate about it, and with Kat's permission, I will connect you. Kat, Kat, we're going to get back to the point. Sorry, I went off on one there. I do apologise, but I felt it was important to do that, and it was a kind of prompting type thing. So the song we're going to listen to now is A Christmas Prayer, and you wanted to say a few words about that before we listen to it.
I can thank Lily Allen for that. Sorry, just that is Not Made Wrong is my Lily Allen song. Just like I got told off by my mum for not having this tease on that. Anyway, so A Christmas Prayer, you were asking the story. So short story, because I shared a bit more info the other day, but basically I was singing at a seniors lunch, and I was singing Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and there were lots of people in there who were ill. My dear friend Rita just been diagnosed with cancer. There was hi Jen, lots of stuff going on. And it just felt like I was singing all these Christmas songs, secular Christmas songs. And I was like, why am I doing it? Like, these people need hope. They need the hope of Jesus. And all these songs are beautiful, don't get me wrong. But they felt really false for what I knew they were going through. I was like, they need hope, real hope. So I went home and I wrote fresh lyrics and I sent them to my friend. Um, and then basically, when I started to put this EP together, I was like, oh, I can't be bothered to go through all like sort of legal challenges to be able to use the music. So I was like, I'll just write a melody. That'll be a lot easier for me. And it's lovely because, like as you said, it feels really Christmassy. I wanted that vibe. I was just sort of sitting at the piano, and it's basically a simple prayer, and this is dedicated and sadly now in the memory of my dear friend Rita. And it's basically just saying, for all of those going through challenges, here's my prayer for you. And, I just pray that you would have a blessed Christmas. I pray you would have the hope of Jesus. And when you're walking through the mountains and the valleys, and it was hilarious because Jemimah yesterday was saying, oh, if have a lyric like that, I was like, oh. But it's good, and a Christian song get away with it. But the reality that we have challenges and we have good times, we have bad times, but the hope of Jesus, is there. So so that's what this song is about. This is the Makaton version, and this is dedicated to Rita, who sadly passed away about 2 weeks ago, and his funeral's on Tuesday. So yeah.
God bless you, Kat. This is Christmas Prayer by Kat Mills from EP Hope from Heaven, which is out this week. Please, I just pray that this will bless you guys watching.
I pray that you would have a blessed Christmas, that you may know God's peace, for it's through His strength and love you'll find your striving cease. Can you hear the angels sing praises to the King of Love, the Son of God, who has come to us to restore our broken hearts? Ooh, I pray that you would have a blessed Christmas, that you may know God's joy, for He brought us hope and freedom through this baby boy. Ooh, and listen to the angels sing praises to the King of love, Son of God. You have come to us to restore our broken hearts. I pray that you would have a blessed Christmas. Ooh.
Wonderful, A Christmas Prayer by Cat Mills from her Hope from Heaven EP. I don't know, I've got a bit of a complex going on now,
You've
Cat.
given yourself a complex on that now.
I have. There it is there. You can get it. And Gavin Owens says, this is better than any Bublé. Sorry,
you.
Bublé. No offence to any fans of old
indeed.
Michael. And Jen Howells, good evening, Jen, by the way, says, fantastic song. Thanks, Kat.
Oh, thank you,
John
Jen.
Hardwick, who I know for a fact loved Hope from Heaven when we played that the other night. I saw him the next day. He's gone, whoa, that song. Sorry, that's a really bad impression of you, John. I do apologise. I hope you take that in the spirit it was meant and intended. God bless you, John. And love to Val. Says, what a beautiful song. It is indeed. Kat, so wonderful. So what are you doing anything to celebrate the release of the EP, or are you waiting until after the hospital appointment tomorrow? Sure, yeah.
Well, it's really crazy because, to be honest, I said if I get diagnosed tomorrow, I'm going to celebrate because if I get
amazing.
medication, I'll be,
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's been hard to think past that.
Yeah.
To be honest. But yeah, if I start to be able to use my body a bit more, we might be able to think of that
Well, make sure that you do
more
celebrate, because it takes an awful lot of hard work to it's not just the writing, recording of the songs. There's so much other work that goes into it.
Yeah.
And guys,
if this year with all of that, like it's been a lot, so
you got to celebrate. You got to celebrate that. Make sure you do.
I think we will. I think when
I'll have a word with Ali to make sure that you do.
I think when lockdown is over, we definitely, me and Ali, probably go away, like somewhere and just celebrate and enjoy a child's free.
Oh well, yeah. Well,
Just
make
get
sure you do,
away,
because I just had a little game of golf today, and it's done wonders for my mental health. So make sure that you do.
I think it'd be really nice because also, like, because we're he does so much of the behind the scenes, and so and especially for church as well, and then working and then looking after me again. Massive shout out and honour to him. So yeah, we definitely need to go and like have a nice date night or something when we're not working.
Totally. Make sure you do. Well, hey Kat, God bless. It's been a real treat this week having you on and sharing your fantastic Christmas EP with us, Hope from Heaven. And remember, guys, in the comment section, Kat has very kindly put together a list of all the different places of how you can get involved as your church, your ministry, organisation. If you would like those postcards with the free download code for Hope from Heaven, so that you can maybe put out with your Christmas campaign, Gateway Church Abergavenny, of course, we've printed off 1,000 of these postcards that people will receive in their hampers even, as part of Operation Gateway Relief, and basically they can download that for free and get that message of hope of what Christmas is all about. Kat, God bless you loads, and we'll see you soon. See you soon. Maybe next week. Who knows? but God bless. God bless you loads.
Take care.
Take care. God bless.
Bye.
So that was Cat Mills there, the wonderful Cat Mills, our friend here on Social Distancing Live. And please make sure that you do check out that EP as well. And I actually sing on the EP as well, so I've got a vested interest. There you go. And Gavin is picking up on my accent. Hope from Heaven, if you're going to say it in a Valley's accent. Absolutely. Night Robin Cat says Alan Cathy Nicholson, but there's no need to go anywhere, Alan Cathy, because we have a new guest and somebody making his debut on Social Distancing Live. So I'm going to say, I'm really hoping that this next scene change works, but I'm going to say good evening and welcome to Mr. Luke Wareham. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, how are you? Loving the Christmas vibe tonight and the Christmas music. Great songs, Kat, and my first Christmas songs I've heard this year. So
There you go. Are you feeling very Christmassy as a result?
yeah, pardon.
Are you feeling very Christmassy as a result?
Yeah, I mean, Christmas. I mean, quite a lot of people in my neighbours have got their Christmas trees and stuff up. So I'll be trying to persuade because shall we get the decorations up this weekend or next weekend? You know, so after hearing that, I think I can. So
Yeah, I think so. Well, Anna, my wife, Isabella, my daughter, wanted to put on some Christmas music the other night with tea, and that wasn't allowed. But we're very much a December the 1st family. As soon as December the 1st comes, it's valid and it's all tinsel blazing. You know, that's what we'll be doing on December the 1st.
Lockdown, people are putting their decorations up quicker, so maybe
Well,
next week.
Anna, if you're watching, let us know in the comments. Do you reckon we can put them up tomorrow for the kids or not? There you go. There's a little bit of a... But of course, a domestic live on air. Yeah, there you go. So, Luke, you're based in Bristol, aren't you? But you're actually from Hereford, where my wife Anna is from. And I found out when I spoke to you, you went to the same school as well.
Yeah, me and your wife went to the same school. I went to school in Hereford, secondary school and college in Hereford. I've lived all over the place because my dad's a church minister, so I've lived in Tame, in Peterborough, in Preston, in Hereford, and now I'm in Bristol. So I've lived all over the country, and so it's really I've actually quite enjoyed it. I didn't realise I've lived in so many places, but it sounds like I have.
Well, hey, it set you up for your world tour. For you, when you go up, when we're allowed to play live again. So you write songs, but you're also a worship leader. Can you tell us a little bit about, where you worship, what you do, that kind of thing? Just let people know what you do and where you do it.
I'm 27. I've been leading worship for about 13, 14 years now. Started off in my local church in Hereford, my dad's church. Started off playing guitar and doing BVs, and I've always loved helping people encounter Jesus. And I learned clarinet, and then I thought, no, I'm going to play guitar and keyboard so I can lead worship and play in the worship band. I know you can play clarinet in a band, but I think it's hard to lead worship, so I literally learned guitar to lead worship when I was about 13. And I had guitar lessons, and I used to just go in with worship songs and be like to the music teacher, who was just a music teacher, not a Christian or anything. I just want to learn worship songs, so he's just playing worship songs and be like, can you teach me these songs? So
amazing.
I had all the old school like Matt Redmond and Martin Smith songs, and I used to be like, let me learn this song. So I used to sit there and learn them, and I used to take some DVDs home, and I think it was Mission Worship or Worship Academy, did some DVDs, so I learned to pick myself through that. And then so I've been leading worship since then, and then I did a gap year after University of Worship Central, which I really enjoyed.
Okay.
So that was at Trinity Cheltenham in Cheltenham, and at HGB in London. So learnt so much on that year. It's
I
about 5
bet,
years
yeah.
I really loved it, and that was fun. And then I've been my dad's a minister in Cleveland, so I'm involved with that church heavily, Cleveland Baptist Church. But I've been on team at a church called Woodlands Church in Bristol, leading worship. So I was on team there for the last 5 years, and I was on paid staff, but now I'm just volunteering, and I work as a youth worker full time for the Bristol City Council, which is like my dream job, which I love so much. And so that's my kind of worshiping journey. I've been leading worship, and most Sundays I do something for the last. I live for Sundays, and it's been strange over the last few months, but it's pretty good. Yeah,
and aside from that, of course, you write songs and you've released some songs, and today, congratulations, by the way, you've got a new EP out, a single out, called Glimpse, and we can see a picture of the cover now. I'll just cover my face with that, and there you go. Let's cover that. You don't want to see me. So that's the cover, and that obviously Rachel was due to be on tonight, but she's sadly not very well. So good. So we get well, Rachel, by the way, and we'll hopefully have you and Rachel on again together. But so the Glimpse, we'll be listening to that later on. We're not going to start with that song, of course. We've got some 4 top tunes that Luke has written that we're going to listen to this evening. It is New Music Friday after all. But in terms of leading worship, where did the songwriting? We've read about how you got involved with worship, I think, but where did the songwriting kick in?
Probably with my gap year of Worship Central, we did a lot of songwriting classes and had loads of great songwriters come in and teach how to songwrite. And
go on, do some name drops. Name drop for us.
All that, like Tim Hughes. what Graham Kendrick was probably
Wow.
was really great, and we had Nick and Becky Drake who do the all age songs, Come and Speak, and Neil Bennett who's written some great songs. So it was really great, and but even then I did songwriting, but I never thought, oh, I'm going to be a songwriter. I always thought, oh, I'll just be leading worship. I don't know why. I just was like, oh, I'm not that good at it, and it's probably over the past 2 or 3 years I've really started leading, writing songs, and over the past year and a half had the confidence to release music. I've always been leading worship and playing latest songs, so it's quite an interesting journey. Rachel really encouraged me to get the songs out there over the last year or a half or so, and it's been really cool to see people using the songs, worshiping to the songs, and helping them to, like, there's so many cool stories, and it's just been really fun to see.
Oh, fantastic! We all need that encouragement, don't we? That's fantastic. And Rachel, tell us a bit about Rachel and so have you written a lot with Rachel?
Yeah, Rachel goes to Cleveland Baptist, and I've led worship with her. She's an amazing songwriter. She does a lot of like keyboard singing lessons, runs choirs. She's even judged on Sky One on this program. I mean, she's really interesting. She released a book the other day about postnatal depression, because sadly she went through it, but she's a really great book to release this week. And she just has a music studio. So I went around her house for keyboard lessons. I was like, oh, can you teach me keyboard? Just relearn it again and just to get better. And then I played her some of my songs, and she was like, oh, Luke, you should release them. She said they're really good. So I released them, and there you go. I've been songwriter with my friend Matt Caddick in Bristol, and Ollie Morris. And so we've been songwriting together. And so I released an EP in March, and then I've released a couple more songs since then.
Fantastic. So we're going to listen to some of the songs tonight, and the first one we're going to listen to, I think, is it Whisper? Is the first one?
So yeah, Whisper was the first song we released as a single last November, and then it's a name of our EP, and it's a song based on how in 1 Kings God was so close to Elijah, he didn't come in the storm a big noise, it came in a whisper to Elijah, and that story inspires me about like how God's so close to us, and even in the panic and doubt in the world, God can speak to us and change our perspective. And I've noticed that over the past year in like in the ups and downs, that when God speaks to you, you feel God's presence with you because he's so close, he's always there. And a really cool story that I always say when I hear about Whisper is so it was the first song we released, and I was like, oh, is it going to be any good and all this? And but I got it here. Like when I was 5 years ago, I got a prophetic word of someone called Chloe, who's a really prophetic lady, about how one day I'll write songs that are soothing to the souls and peace brought to the restless, and your songs will be played on secular radio. And it said on it, suicidal, mentally ill people soothed by the anointing of God on your words.
Wow.
And you will go places others can't. So that was a word I got 5 years ago. It's been in my best I draw all this time. So I was on this American podcast a couple of months ago, and this is really cool. This is like a cool story. And the podcast, I run a radio station, and we played Whisper on it in an American hospital, and sadly it was played on a ward where people were mentally ill and they're thinking of committing suicide, but we played the radio station in there, and Whisper was played. And one of the people said to him afterwards that the song Whisper was soothing to the soul. And it's just so amazing how God can say that 5 years ago, and I've got the radio on our podcast, and it's like God speaks. It's like God's like with us all the time, and like it came true. And I was like, that's a really cool story about the first time we came out, and
fantastic.
Yeah, I found wow, and it's just really amazing to hear people listening to it and encountering Jesus.
Oh, that's amazing, Luke. That's brilliant, and God bless you for that, and being faithful as well in releasing it and putting it out there, because I know sometimes it can be a bit tough.
Yeah.
So guys, this is the first song we're going to hear from Luke this evening. This is called Whisper, and I pray that it blesses and encourages you.
Into my life when the enemy shines. but I know you are near. I know you are near. God, God who never leaves me, He's already working it out. God, God whose timing is perfect, He's already working it out.
Freedom, there's freedom. Life where my King shines bright through. Forgiveness, true forgiveness. Live on the cross where you died for me. And I know you are near. And I know you are near. God, God who never leaves me, He's already working it out. God, God whose timing is perfect, He's already working it out. God, God who never leaves me, He's already working it out. God, God whose timing is perfect, He's already working it out. Tell me from the start, He's already turned it around. He's held me from the start, He's already turned it around. He's held me from the start, He's already turned it around. He's held me from the start, He's already turned it around. God, God who never leaves me, He's already working it out. God, God whose timing is perfect, He's already working it out. God, God who never leaves me, He's already working it out. God is already working it out.
He's already
Fantastic Whisper by tonight's special guest on Social Distancing Live, Mr. Luke Wareham. Luke, fantastic, beautiful, beautiful song. I'm just going to dive into some comments. Cat Mills, of course, who was on just a moment ago, says beautiful. A few questions coming in for you here. Oh, by the way, on the Christmas decorations, Anna says not yet. Lisa found that hilarious. Thanks, Lise. And Gavin says Clevedon is a lovely, highly recommended, a stop off on the way back to Wales. Yeah. Nice one. And Gavin,
most people use a stop off.
And Gavin says, question, was Holly Pratley at Trinity Cheltenham when Luke was there? He asks.
No, she came the year after, but I do know Holly.
There you go. And Jen Howell says, Luke, My niece's husband is a music piano organ teacher in Cardiff. He plays in churches at Christian conferences and also songs of praise once. My mum was a church organist for a few decades, and my sister plays piano in her church for many years. And Jen also says, wow, Luke, that's a wonderful prophecy. Thank you, Lord. So if you're just tuning in, Luke had a prophecy that his songs would reach people who, please correct me if I'm wrong on this, Luke, by the way, who would reach people who were, mentally ill and suicidal, and the song got played on an American podcast, and it was beamed into a ward with people with such issues and really comforted them. Is that correct? Is that right?
Right. Amazing.
And Katie Hunt says Luke should definitely put his decorations up early and give his presents out. That's your other half, isn't it?
That's my fiance.
So there you go. You're getting pressure there, just like me. So we're in the same boat there. Absolutely fantastic. And now, Luke, I've got to say, lockdown's been very challenging for us worship leaders. On Gateway Church Abergavenny, we've been streaming every week, right throughout lockdown. I think, gosh, it's got to be in its 30s, week 30 something or other. That we're streaming for this Sunday, and it's challenging in many different ways. You know what's coming, don't you? But I can't imagine having to lead worship like that.
Oh yeah, and the fish tanks.
That's absolutely incredible. So there you are, there in a perspex screen. And you posted that picture on social media, and I must confess, it brightened my day.
Loads of people are like, "Oh, when's the water going to be filling up?" And
did you check to see if there was a gunge tank above you as well to see if it was going in?
Yeah.
Well, but seriously, I mean, I'm going to put the picture up there while you answer the question so people could see what we're referring to. But what was it like leading worship like that? I mean,
well, it's very different anyway leading a church at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
It's not even more weird. You can hear yourself singing quite well because it comes back at you. But when the other week when it came down, because obviously we don't have to have any of the protection, it just felt so much nicer and easier. Literally, I was just like, oh, I don't feel like I'm in a box.
Is there like sort of a door to get in? How does it work?
And there's no door. It's literally just front and sides, and you walk around.
Wow, okay, got you. So
Listen,
it's not, you're not a claustrophobic person then, I take it, otherwise you wouldn't be able to do that. And I've got to be honest, at Gateway we've got a drum booth and our drummer Nick is in there, and you know, when it's baking hot I really feel for him especially, but now I suppose you sort of got an insight into how most drummers feel in a sort of drum booth.
The plan is to use that drum booth after, which would be cool, so that'd be good. But yeah, it's very different, and I felt lockdowns it's been good because well, in terms of worship we've been able to it's changed, hasn't it, really? Like you're focusing more on the words and not having to sing, and it's more reflective, I feel, and the words take more meaning, and we've been able to have different types of worship like creative or videos, and there's been did you do the thing when you had to like record in your bedroom and put all the videos together on the screen?
No, we've because in Wales you're allowed to have a worship leader there. We've been doing it from the building, just so we do you mean it like a UK blessing type thing, or?
Yeah, we have to do that kind of thing. Yeah, so we were doing that. I was doing that for weeks. It takes ages to put the videos together, sync them when everyone's doing it wrong, and then put the lyrics on. Oh, it's the right job, but I feel like I've improved on production and working out how to do videos now, which has been quite cool.
So, yeah, I was going to say, I mean, most people have picked up a skill during lockdown. Is video editing the skill you've picked up? Is it?
And getting your songs recorded like your dog's barking in the background. Things like that.
Yeah, doing an amazing take, and then all of a sudden Fido next door. Brilliant. Oh, excellent. Well, we've got more music for you tonight, guys. This is Luke Wareham, worship leader, singer-songwriter. He's got a fantastic new single out today called Glimpse that we're going to hear later on. But the next song, what is the next song actually? It's Shadows, or I Will Not Fear. Shadows.
I wrote Shadows with my friend Matt Caddick and Rachel and Ollie, and a song we sing at church often, and it's been really cool because churches have been using the song particularly like over lockdown in their online services. There's a lyric video coming up, which has been really cool, and yeah, it's a song about like the eternal hope of the cross and hope we have in Jesus dying but being alive now. So yeah, play it and
Marvelous.
Yeah.
That sounds like it's going to be banging, and I love any song about the cross is all right in my book. This is Shadows by tonight's special guest, Luke Wirham. Pray that it blesses and inspires and encourages.
But death could not hold you. Your light shone through the ages. The cross of Christ for all to see has brought us hope and victory. Though I am weak, Lord, you are strong. In the shadows of my life, through the trials that may come, your cross is hope, I will hold on. In the shadows of my life, through the trials that may come. Glory, your life is now our story. Heaven's King has come to earth to bring this soul a great new birth. Though I am weak, Lord, you are strong. In the shadows of my life, through the trials that may come, your cross is hope, I will hold on. In the shadows of my life, through the trials that may come. Trials that may come, your cross is hope, I will hold on. In the shadows of my life, through the trials that may come. Oh, you're strong. Oh, you're so strong. In the shadows. Thank you, Father.
Wonderful, wonderful. Shadows by Luke Wareham, tonight's very special guest on Social Distancing Live. Luke, I'm just going to get a few comments to you. There we go. So Janice and John Jones, they're my in-laws. They live in Hereford in Litchfield Avenue, and you said that you knew where that was, didn't you?
I knew where that is, yeah.
Fabulous. So so you've got some fans in Hereford. They say, I know this one, says Janice. Great song. She knows it already. There you go.
Oh.
Fantastic.
Okay.
And if you don't know it, Luke and Rachel Mason Worship Music, that's your music page, isn't it? I've very kindly put a link in the Facebook stream. So if you're watching on YouTube or Twitter and you want to make note of that link, there it is now. That's the link
You
to
just type in Google anyway and just download it.
Yeah, exactly. But there's the link, guys, if you want to get hold of their fantastic music. And that's Gavin Owen says proper rocker, this one. Gavin likes his rock music. And thanks very much, Luke. And that we've decided that's a prayer emoji because we had Caroline Crawford from Wired Worship on the other day, and she said that I didn't realise this, but apparently that emoji is supposed to be a side-on high five.
Oh, I thought it was a prayer. I use it
Yeah,
as a prayer as well.
I use it as a prayer all the time, but apparently, yeah, I can see the logic in it when you think about it. You know, the side-on high five. But yeah, but it's very much a prayer emoji now. But yeah, so Jen Howell says, thanks very much, Luke, with a prayer emoji, not a side-on high five emoji, just in case anybody was confused there. Luke, fantastic. So we're going to listen to your fantastic new single, which is out today, Glimpse, in just a moment. Well, I say just a moment. We're going to end the programme with that one, but we're going to take another song in just a moment called I Will Not Fear. So before we get into that, I'd just like to have a bit of a chat with you. Who are your musical influences? You said that you when you had music lessons, you wanted your teacher to play like all these worship songs, and you said they weren't a Christian, but you were like bombarding them with worship music.
It's a funny experience. We turned it up, and he taught me how to worship lead. So this guy,
So I mean, what sort of you mentioned Martin Smith there.
Yeah, I'm all there, but I suppose like Tim Hughes, Hillsong, all that start off with, and then Martin Ezell. Do you remember him?
Oh yeah, gosh, yeah.
At UI. I remember seeing him lead at UI when I was like 12, and I was like, oh, he's a great worship leader. And then recently a guy called Rich Ducasse.
Yes, involved with yes, David's Tent.
I'm involved with that.
I was going to say 24/7 prayer, but that's completely different. But yeah,
he's done with Ben as well, and I just feel like he's got a great heart for worship, and I love his vision for worship, and he's probably one of my inspirations now. And also I got a local worship leader in Bristol called Ed Marsh, who I used to co-lead with, and he runs a church. He was part of Woody's, one of the church plants, and he's just such a great worship leader. He's been leading worship for years and years, and I just get so inspired by him and the way he's worshiping, the way he's with people, and with his family, and he's just a great guy. So
marvelous. That's cool. And musically as well. I mean, have you got any sort of bands that you were into when you were younger that you love, or?
I like poppy rocky stuff, all the secular. I like. I got a secret love of Take That.
Wow. Okay. Let's welcome to the confession hour with Rob Westall.
I will sing Take That. So yeah, I like a ballad.
Yeah.
Like obviously like Coldplay and Snow Patrol and all kind of those kind of bands in this. But yeah, I mainly listen to worship and Christian music, which is what I've always listened to.
But your guilty pleasure is Take That. So I congratulations.
I love singing it.
Say that again.
Take That in the car. I sing with the top of my voice.
What song? What song do you sing? What?
Any of them. I love them all. Relight My Fire.
Relight My Fire. Wow. I used to do the pubs and the clubs, Luke, and I used to have to sing. What was the one? The one that was on the Morrison's advert. And Let It Shine. Shine. That's it. So yeah, I can't.
Everyone's got guilty pleasure to take that. Everyone does a bit of Gary Barlow. That's
Yeah, and I've got a Gary Barlow story actually. I was at an event, a homegrown worship event last year, and it was being filmed, so I had to get some clothes, and I went to Debenhams, and I'm rubbish. Ask my wife. I'm rubbish at like picking clothes for myself. I suck, and I walked into Debenhams, and I dropped her off at work. She went to work, and then I went to get these clothes for this filming thing. I walked into Debenhams. There was a sign saying "personal shopper," and I was like, "Do you have to book this?" And I had this woman walking around the store for me, picking out things for me to try on, and I was like, "Oh wow, I fit into a lower size than I thought I was. This is great." And she's going, "Oh, it really suits you and all this." And she said, "What do you do?" And I said, "Oh, I lead worship, and I'm a singer-songwriter, and I do that full time." And she said, "Oh yes, you look like somebody out of Take That." And I thought, "Oh right, okay, yeah, which one?" Gary Barlow. And I've got to be honest, I was a little bit gutted. It wasn't Robbie or somebody or Mark Owen or whatever. But yeah, apparently I look like Gary Barlow. There we are, the more chubbier one, shall we say? Take That. So there you go. As an aside, completely off on a tangent there. I do apologise. So congratulations, by the way. I gather you've got engaged, and your fiance has been in the comment section, of course.
Yeah, about a month ago we got engaged in Cornwall.
Oh, lovely.
So it's nice.
So,
And,
are you going to have Take That for your first dance, or is that still up for grabs then?
That's for dance, but there's rumours that it might be Take That.
Well, congratulations from everybody here at Social Distancing Live. God bless you, and that's such a marvellous thing to look forward to, especially with the world the way it is right now. And Jen Howell says, "Luke, I've just subscribed to your YouTube channel. Luke Wareham, the topic, and also I've subscribed to your YouTube channel with you, Luke, with Luke and Rachel. So there you go. Thanks, Luke. God bless. Thank you, Jen. Thank you very much indeed." So you've got a YouTube channel and Facebook. How can people interact with you and engage with you and find your stuff?
Yeah, we got all that stuff on all the social medias: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I've got YouTube channel with lyric videos on. Email me anytime. I'll come back to you about anything. Just love to hear about people's life stories and what people think of the music or anything really. Just want to encourage people and get alongside people, which is great.
Brilliant. And what's next for you? What are you? Obviously, you've got the single out today. What else? What else are you working on?
I'm always songwriting. I work as a youth worker in Bristol, so I do that as my full-time job, which I absolutely love because I get to help some of the naughty kids at school or the kids with special needs or the young people who are struggling with their behaviour. So I really love doing that, and it's probably my dream job because I get paid to play football, go for hot chocolate, which is another one of my favourite things. I do a lot of music with them as well, so I love doing that. So I do that, and I'm involved with church. So local church, I'm involved with two church, and I'm involved with the Burn in Bristol. So I'm on that team.
So what is the Burn, by the way?
And the Burn is like a worship event. It's like come out of like David's Tent in America, and it's in the UK now, and it's like you gather for nights of worship, of intercession. So we have one in Bristol. And we go around. We haven't done it for a while, obviously, because of lockdown. But we've been based in Bristol and just really worship for probably the whole day from like 12 in the afternoon till 10 at night, and they're just great things, and they happen all over the country. And it's just great worship going on, and people pray, and you just go pop in and out and soaking the Prince of Jesus, which what's better than that,
Exactly. That sounds fantastic. Off air, I will grab the details about that because that sounds. I've never heard of it, to be honest. That sounds fantastic.
You can start one up where you live,
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, there's so I'm involved with that, and then I'm always songwriting, so new songs probably as well, and probably gonna have a new EP coming out early next year, which will be fun.
Wonderful. Will, have you got any Christmas songs on the go at all?
I haven't written a Christmas song yet, but I mean, Kat's done that, hasn't she? There's some great Christmas songs there, and I'd love to one day maybe write some Christmas songs. Sounds great. probably my favourite worship Christmas album other than Cats is probably have you heard the Matt Redman Christmas album? It came out a couple of years ago.
No, I've not heard the Matt
Really
Redman
good.
Christmas album.
Yeah, I love that Christmas album.
Oh yeah, I have. Sorry, of course I have, because His Name Shall Be is on there, isn't it? And
Yeah.
that's one of my favourite Christmas Christian songs of all time. Yeah, that yeah. It's that's right. Sorry, yeah. What am I on about?
Oh, I'm a few years old now.
No, fantastic. Yeah, no, it's really good album, and Paul Baloche, of course, is another. I mean, I think he dominates Christmas in the United States for people growing up there. That he basically combines Christmas carols with some of the choruses of some of his most famous worship songs, which I thought was quite creative and quite a cool thing to do. So you've got another EP hopefully coming out next year, but today, of course, Glimpse comes out. Tell us a little bit about Glimpse and the background behind it, and also the musical inspiration and the story behind the song.
Glimpse is based on like I got inspiration last year at Davidson actually when I saw a board that said they have these board posters around the place with Bible verses, and it said Psalm 34, and one of the verses in Psalm 34, and it said those who encounter God radiate.
Wow.
And I love that psalm in Psalm 34, and it's like David's prayer, and it's like become my lockdown prayer really about like I sought after the Lord and he answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. Those who look to him are radiant, their faces are never covered with shame. And then he saved me from my troubles, it says in the next verse. So I just love that psalm, and that's become my lockdown psalm really. And this song Glimpse is about how like when you see God, when you see Jesus, everything changes. And my prayer is all the songs I write that they're speaking to people's everyday life situations. That's literally like my little motto of any song I write. And our prayer is literally that when people hear this song, they'll be able to. It's quite a simple song, just about like Jesus, I adore you, Jesus, I worship you, which is what's better than that. But just all the worries in the world, all the fears, all the panic, all the doubt, all the such a horrible world at the moment we live in, even though there's so much hope. But I just pray that when people hear this song that they're just know that God's close, and as they see Jesus, things can change. And the bridge says, what else can I do but bow and worship you? All my life I give in honour of my King. And that's my prayer for my whole life, that everything I do, whether it's youth work, leading worship with my friends, with my family, playing football on a Saturday, that my whole life would be for Jesus. And that's where I got that bridge from. And Matt wrote it with me, and Rachel and my friends Tim and John helped produce it. So we wrote that one over. I've been writing it a bit longer, but then finished it over about a month ago.
Wow, so this is very much a lockdown song then that has come out. I'm really surprised by the amount of new music being released during this time. It's incredible.
It's been amazing, hasn't it? So much music. I mean, coming out, which is so great because the world needs to hear the hope of Jesus. And I'm quite involved with A Step Forward. A Step
yes,
Forward.
Yeah, the Christian chart, of course. Yeah.
I'm involved with them, and their vision is just to get as much music out as possible. That's going to bring hope to and save people and bring Jesus' name glorified. And I just love seeing that all this great music coming out, and it's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. And God bless you. You of course did that campaign to help artists through them, didn't you?
Yeah.
Which aimed to raise money for Christian artists who are struggling. Yeah. So God bless your heart for that, by the way, and good on you for doing it.
Actually, I'm with a new one as well with them. I don't know if I've got
go for it. Yeah.
There's a new fundraising campaign I'm running with them, and they asked me to help them do, because I'm quite an organised person, and I like their vision, and it's about how helping people in the past. So they want to really invest in young people and the youth coming up in the worship and Christian music scene, gospel scene. So that's one of the aims, and to really help the exposure of Christian gospel music to really go higher. So they're from 21 to the future. They've got like a big vision statement of like 5 or 6 key things they want to achieve, and obviously they need money to do that. So I'm helping them do that.
Yeah, sure.
And there's a new thing called Play It Forward, it's called, but we want to be paying it forward. So they'll probably be in contact with you to do a little video for that about people in your life.
Absolutely, anything at all.
People in your life who have paid it forward to you. So like I had someone in my life when I was 12 give me their guitar to borrow. So that's really kind, and I want to pay it forward to other people now. In my youth work heart, just to like help young people coming up and be like, I want to invest in you. We want to
Yeah.
cheer you on. I'm only 27 myself, but it's quite old compared to an 11-year-old, So
Do you know what, that is so important? It demonstrates your heart, and also I was talking to somebody today about this, that success is succession. So you can be really good at what you do, maybe that's worship leading or whatever, or it could be a leadership role in church or out of church, anywhere, but if you don't pass on your flavour and your expertise to benefit the people coming up, it's sort of like being quite selfish in a way, isn't it? And it's not sort of passing it on, and that's very much a biblical principle of training people up, and like you said, investing in people. And I've benefited so much from people investing in me, and that's also my heart as well, to invest in other people as well. So good on you for that. That sounds like an interesting scheme. And of course, anything like this, Luke, anytime you want to come on and tell people about it, you're more than welcome. And any music, of course, you'd like to share with us, more than welcome as well. It's really good to have you on this evening.
Thanks very much.
And we're gonna listen to your fantastic new single Glimpse later on, but I Will Not Fear is next.
Yeah, so I've got a really cool story about this. So I Will Not Fear was my lockdown one prayer, and it's based on Psalm 121 and lifting your eyes to the mountain, and having an eternal perspective and hope, and I will not fear. And in John 14, when it says about Jesus said, you don't need to have a troubled heart because I'm with you, to his disciples. But this is a cool story. So I got my little bits of paper out to show you. So, this is the North Somerset Times.
Wow.
And hold on. And there we are.
Oh, wow,
so,
yeah.
So this is my hope with this song, that it would always speak hope to people at this coronavirus and lockdown horrible time. So the local press found out about this song coming out and put it in the newspaper on like page 5. And it's quite a big spread if you have it. Quite cool, like the whole page. So this song about I Will Not Fear is next to a headline that says rising number of virus cases for older adults across North Somerset. And
Wow.
I Will Not Fear, and the song story behind it, and the hope that Jesus can bring. And that was just, I saw that and I was like, literally, that's why we wrote that song, is to bring hope at this time. So that's a little cool story.
Fabulous. Well, God used you there straight away, didn't he, in that article? Fantastic.
Yeah, so that's a cool story, and this one's a bit more upbeat, and this is proclaiming that I will not fear. The mountains and valleys may fall, my God is over it all. So that's that song.
Marvellous. This is I Will Not Fear, and I pray that this blesses you and encourages you, because as we know on this programme, we've talked about it so many times, there's been so much fear around generally in the world with this global pandemic taking hold, and lots of uncertainty, not just over our health and coronavirus, but all the knock-on effects like job situations and things like that. So God bless you all. And this is I Will Not Fear by Luke Wareham, tonight's special guest on Social Distancing Live. I pray it blesses and encourages you.
Lift my eyes to the mountains, to eternity. I fix my mind on things unseen, still believe. You calm my troubled heart, you still my anxious mind. Surely goodness and mercy will follow me
Fantastic, absolutely banging tune by tonight's special guest, Luke Wareham. I Will Not Fear. What a message, eh? And absolutely right on. Thank you, Luke. That awesome song again, buddy. Really enjoying tonight. Fantastic. I Will Not Fear. I mean, have you found during lockdown you've written any? Have you had sort of like an explode? I know it sounds like you've been very busy, to be perfectly honest with you, with your job and the roles at your churches. But a question that's often asked of songwriters is, I bet you writing tons of songs during lockdown and all that kind of thing. How's it been for your point of view? Have you had an explosion of songwriting, or has it just been?
I wrote that song during the first lockdown.
Wow. Okay.
So that song was written in the first lockdown. I was leading worship online. I just got that little chorus, the tune of it and stuff, and then got that, and then I mean, I've written another song called Refuge over lockdown, which is a song like about it's sort of like the brokenhearted really, and about the hope, what God can bring to the people who are brokenhearted. So I wrote that song over lockdown, and I am trying to keep writing, but and Glimpse was finished in lockdown as well, so 2 songs really. So I have done a bit, but I haven't had that much time, to be honest, because just as busy, really, aren't we? Yeah.
But what inspires you to write songs? Have you got a process, or is it out of times of worship, reading scripture, or?
The Bible really inspires me, and then I usually, when I'm worshiping in my bedroom or reading my Bible, I just get a chorus or something, and then I'll write around it and read around it in the Bible. So that's really the main way I do it, is either on a Sunday or in the evening, like often when I'm in my bedroom just worshipping. I get probably most of those songs that you listen to tonight have been written in my bedroom.
Wow.
So that's probably the main way I get it. Just get listen to a talk, or get a little write something down in my journal, or read a Bible passage and just sing around that, and that's how I do it really. So
fantastic. And then what inspires you? And obviously you collaborate quite a lot with Rachel and Ollie and the people you've mentioned tonight. So if you had a chorus or something like that, you'd say, I've got this chorus, what do you think? How does it work?
Take it to Rachel and she has a little work on it, and then me and Matt do a lot of songwriting sessions together. So I just say, I take my book along, so I've got these songs, can I play them to you? And he's like, why don't you use this chorus? Or I've read this scripture this morning, why don't you read around that? Or he's a church minister in Bristol, so he's really great with his Bible and things. So that's really how it happens, and I'm really up for people getting involved, and I love just working with people and people making them better.
It's brilliant. I think that's fantastic, and of course, where it says in the Bible, where people of God are united, God commands the blessing, and that is bang on what's happening with you. With the collaborative process and getting the inspiration and the insight, what led you to share these songs at church? What because there's one thing obviously writing a worship song, and maybe you could think oh yes, all right, and you're worshiping yourself, but what made you take that extra step and then say, I'm going to play this in church, this is for the wider congregation? What because it can be quite a scary thing to do, obviously.
It's really scary, and you never know, but pretty much every time I write a song, they are for the church really, and I always think of singing them so they're singable at church, and that's literally why I write the songs, is for people to probably sing at church and to sing in their car, just really easy melodies, or sing songs to truth over their life. And to be honest, probably when I'm writing them, I'm thinking, can these be sung at church, or will I be able to, or small groups, or listen to in the car and sang along to, or at work in the earphones? And that's probably that's my heart really, to songs that people remember the tunes and they're like, I want to sing that truth over my life. The Lord watches over, or I don't have to fear, or in the shadows of my life, the trials may come, but God's over it all, something like that. So
that's really cool, and this is sort of the worship leader's heart, that you're drawing them to God. You're drawing them close through the lyrics of the songs, and because as we've said, it's Jesus' presence that makes a difference, and it's our job to try and lead people there, isn't it? And he makes a difference, not us in that regard. We can't sort it for people. It's got to be God, and we just take them to the water so they can drink it, basically. That's wicked. Not wicked, actually, it's holy. So Luke, what's we're going to listen to Glimpse in just a moment, but what's next for you? What have you got coming up, apart from getting well, apart from the small undertaking of organising a
married,
wedding.
it
Yeah.
was amazing. As I said, I'm going to count in my youth work. Got Christmas coming up, so I'm excited for Christmas, whatever that means, what happens. Yeah, as you said, I've got some new songs coming out. I really can't wait for us to come out of lockdown to want us to sing together again. That is what I'm buzzing for.
Yeah.
Nothing like it. I watched YouTube or past. I'm like, literally, when we got to worship together and sing together and be together, that was like the best thing in the world. And it feels so strange at the moment. So I just can't wait for, March time or whenever. I don't know. It could be later next year. Whenever we can worship together, because it's been a long time now. I'll say March was when we stopped. It's been so long, so I just cannot wait for that day. And that literally is what I can't wait for.
I totally agree. And do you know what? If they fixed the latency issues and the delay issues on Zoom and all that kind of stuff, we kind of would be able to do that now. I remember like Steve Quantick, who plays guitar in my band with me, leads my band. We tried this thing called Jam Kazam, where you're able to sort of like play together in real time. It did not work, but in a way that's quite cool, because if it did work, there would be no need for that. Coming back together again wouldn't be such a big thing. And I think when it does happen, like you say, it's going to be awesome and it's going to be fantastic. And wow, there's going to be let's put some burn sessions on. Worship continually. Fantastic.
So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Oh, God bless you, Luke, and thank you for coming on, sharing your music tonight. We're going to end tonight's program with your wonderful song Glimpse. Guys, if you want to support Luke in any way, this producing songs and making music is a very expensive business, and I know that's not why Luke does it, but if you feel led to contribute to Luke and bless him and honour him, please get in touch with him. Please buy his music. Luke, just remind us again where people can go get your stuff and get in touch with you.
Get in touch. I've got Facebook, Luke Webb and Rachel Mason Music, Worship Music, and on Instagram, Twitter, all the socials, and I'm on Spotify, iTunes, the YouTube lyric videos. I've got a few CDs, but I don't think many people have CDs these days, do they? But
they do in Wales, honestly.
They do in Wales. Anyone message me if I want a CD, literally. I've got load up there because of lockdown, so so it's really cool. And I just want people to listen to these songs and to help them in their daily life situations. That's actually the heart behind all these songs, and why I've written these songs with Rachel. And
fantastic. Well, let's help Luke get those songs out to people who need these truths, inspired by God's word, by the Bible, and what God's communicated to Luke in his times of worship. Let's help him to spread those songs and get it out to as many people as possible. God bless you, Luke, and pray for you and the wedding preparations. I know what that's like, mate, and enjoy it. And pray over your youth work and your church work, and thank you for all that you're doing for God's kingdom. God bless you, mate. And I will speak to you in just a moment off air, but would you like to introduce your fantastic brand new single Glimpse for us?
This is a new song, Glimpse, and I just pray that this song will speak to you and help you to fix your eyes on Jesus, and hope he brings at this tough time.
Overwhelmed by Jesus, overcome with love. The glimpse of you, my Savior, captivates this heart.
Fantastic, absolutely wonderful, wonderful, wonderful song. That was Glimpse, the brand new single by Luke Wareham and Rachel Mason, tonight's special guest. Luke was on tonight, and that's out today. You can get it on Spotify. Please follow them on Spotify and click that download button next to the track. It doesn't cost you anything if you've got a subscription, but it does earn them a little bit of money to help reinvest into the songs that they're producing, to help people in their worship, and just to declare the truth of God in their lives. God bless you. Thank you for tuning in tonight to Social Distancing Live. Just a reminder that tomorrow evening we have a very special edition of Social Distancing Live. We don't normally do Saturdays, of course, but we've got Philippa Hannah. Philippa's brother was one of the founding members of Jemimah. Her cousins were in the band Embrace, who were quite big in the 90s, and she herself has supported the likes of Lionel Richie, Little Mix, and there's a brand new Christmas EP out featuring Graham Kendrick, Paul Baloche, and others. And she had a fantastic worship album, I must say, which is out earlier this year, called Stained Glass Stories, which is phenomenal. So a real big guest for us on Social Distancing Live tomorrow. So please tune in at 8 o'clock on at Gateway Church Abergavenny, at Rob Westall Music, Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. But from me, for Rob Westall, thanks to Kat Mills and to Luke Wareham for tonight. Night God bless, stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow for the Philippa Hannah special here on Social Distancing Live. Night God bless.